Hello and welcome to Measurements with the Gamma Scout in a nutshell. In this episode, we will explore certain challenges in measurements of ionizing radiation in detail. We attempt to minimize some confusion in the usage of the Gamma Scout. Let us delve into a topic that every aspiring engineer has likely encountered at least once: handling measurement data. When a measuring instrument displays an unusual value, questions arise. What am I currently measuring? Why am I measuring this particular value? Does the measurement I'm taking even hold relevance? We've set up this episode based on questions and problems which users have submitted, and we want to take the opportunity to help for a better understanding of the data obtained. Before addressing specific questions, let us begin with a fundamental query. Why do we measure certain values, and why do we not get the same value each time we measure? To make our explanations more vivid, we will use an everyday example: the scale. John Doe has recently started a new diet and is now keen on accurately determining his weight. He steps onto the scale and within moments his weight is shown: 80.0 kilos. As anticipated, neither exceptionally good nor bad, but still within the expected range. Now he notices that the scale wasn't entirely leveled with the floor. He adjusts the position and steps on the scale once again. 79.9 kilos. The first 100 grams disappeared quicker than he expected. How is such a thing possible? He performed another measurement. 79.9 kilos. Now that surely must be right. For reassurance, he steps on the scale once more. But this time, his gaze shifts towards a deliciously looking piece of pie. 80.0 kilos. Oh, what a classic. Merely at the sight of it, he felt the pounds adding up. We know by experience that there are fluctuations in measured values. However, a spontaneous gain of 100 grams between two values is not realistic. What may be the reason for that deviation? During each measurement process, deviations occur, influenced either by the measurement setup or random factors, like a slight shift in the position on the scale. Even with the most advanced, flawless measuring equipment, it is impossible to entirely eradicate random variations. The only approach is to conduct more frequent measurements, creating an increasingly imprecise approximation of the true value through the formation of averages. We can apply a similar reasoning to the measurement of count rates and dose rates with the Gamma Scout. However, in this context, there are considerably more factors contributing to deviations compared to the relatively straightforward example mentioned earlier. The random deviations primarily stem from two sources. As mentioned before, the measurement setup is inherently prone to fluctuations, akin to our example with the scale. Additionally, radioactivity itself is a stochastic process. Pinpointing the exact moment of the decay of a nucleus is impossible. We can only provide a probability of decay within a given time span. This is one of the reasons why we observe fluctuating count rates during our example measurements. Such discrepancies are particularly pronounced, especially during brief measurement periods, with a limited number of detected pulses, as evident in measurements of ambient radiation, for instance. The lower the observed number of counts, the larger are the deviations. The fewer measurements taken, the more pronounced any change in the measured value seems. In such cases, optimizing measurements to count more pulses helps creating a more accurate approximation to the true value. When we compare the measurement of ionizing radiation to our example with the scale, we can draw several parallels, shedding light on the similarities between two measurement processes. In this context, a common question arises: how can two Gamma Scouts yield different readings? Understanding this becomes clearer with a bit of background. Ultimately, the Geiger-Müller tubes are never identical. They are manufactured with varying production tolerances, similar to other measuring devices. The same holds true for the circuitry and the mounting of the GM tube inside the case. Moreover, the measurement effect can be dependent on the location, as the quantities of natural radioactive materials in the environment can vary significantly, even on small scale. Thus, if the two devices are not in the identical location, differences in the measured values can occur. In this context, the geographical location plays a significant role. Some users are confused by obtaining readings of the dose rate at their places of residence compared to the values reported by their local authorities. In many countries, real-time dose rates are available from public or private networks as a reference. Above all, you should first know what dose rate is reported. Is it the HP10 dot? Or like in the Gamma Scout, the dose rate for cesium-137 equivalent. Moreover, when you take a look into the data, you can see significant deviations within little distance of the measurement points. You should clearly deduce that there is not a standardized value present in all regions. Nevertheless, you can compare your measured values with those of the stations in your vicinity. Typically, the differences are not large and there is no reason to be concerned. The fundamental reason for those differences lies in the design. Officially calibrated dose rate meters use energy-compensated Geiger-Müller tubes, contrasting with the end window design of the Gamma Scout, leading to different calibration methods. The Gamma Scout is calibrated specifically for cesium-137, whereas energy-compensated GM tubes can determine dose rates for various nuclides. However, it is worth noting that such devices also come with a considerably higher cost attached. In this context, the term officially calibrated signifies that the accuracy of the measuring device has undergone verification and certification by an independent official authority. It is important to clarify that many assume calibrated instruments always provide the true value without deviation, but this is not accurate. A calibrated device is not necessarily exceptionally precise. Rather, it is a device whose measurement accuracy has been assessed and certified by an independent official body. In summary, the Gamma Scout delivers reasonable measurements within its capability of being a simple, reliable, and price-worthy instrument to measure ionizing radiation. It is manufactured with great care to achieve high-quality devices. Of course, there are many devices for special tasks like radon measurements or spectrometric instruments, having all their fields of specialized use. These scientific instruments are, however, much more expensive. Their usage is beyond the intended uses of the Gamma Scout. As we wrap up this video in our series on measuring with the Gamma Scout, we hope that the information provided has been beneficial in addressing common uncertainties related to using the Gamma Scout. And on that note, we bid farewell and sincerely thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for all our future content. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. We look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, take care and see you soon.